Bonjour tout le monde, bienvenue à cette première soirée de la saison de Final Cut de Montréal. Une saison tardive. On était très occupés, on s'est promené beaucoup. Ceux qui ont vu, on s'est payé un peu la traite au IBC Amsterdam cette année. On est allé faire des vidéos là-bas. Ça nous a pris quelques semaines sans remettre, mais ça a valu la peine. Je m'appelle Mathieu Marano. Je suis un des administrateurs de Final Cut de Montréal, avec Yves, François et Marc-André, qui est couché à la maison, qui était malade, qui était supposé faire une présentation aujourd'hui. Mais on va faire la présentation à sa place. On n'en sautera pas une. Si vous ne connaissez pas Final Cut de Montréal, c'est la première fois que vous venez avec nous. Qui vient ici pour la première fois, une soirée Final Cut de Montréal? T'es l'inventeur, Dominique Bourget. En fait, actuellement, à chaque 2 mois, Final Cut de Montréal organise une soirée comme celle-ci où on présente des plugins, on présente des caméras, on présente plein de trucs qui ont rapport avec le monde de la production, de la post-production vidéo. En plus, Final Cut de Montréal, c'est aussi un site web où on a un blog, où on met plein d'informations qui pourraient sûrement vous intéresser si vous n'êtes pas allé. Et aussi, on a un forum et toutes les soirées qu'on fait sont aussi sur notre site. Donc, si vous avez manqué des soirées, donc si c'est la première soirée à laquelle vous participez, bien, vous pouvez aller voir les anciennes soirées qui sont sur iTunes, qui sont sur notre site, qui sont sur YouTube. Donc, vous avez à peu près 250 capsules qui sont déjà là. Donc, vous pourrez attraper ça là, le temps des fêtes, on en profite. Ben voilà. Alors, ce soir, on a une belle soirée. On a 4 présentations. On a Éric Saint-Martin d'Uber Media qui va venir nous parler de la Sony FS700, cette caméra-là ici. Ceux qui sont allés... Ah, speaker, on s'est loin. Ceux qui sont allés sur notre site, on a parlé un peu, on a fait quelques articles sur cette caméra-là, mais Éric, depuis quelques mois, l'utilise professionnellement. Et il va venir nous parler un peu de côté technique de la caméra, comment ça s'opère, va nous montrer aussi des images qu'il a faites avec la caméra. Donc, si vous avez des questions, bien, ça va être la bonne personne pour répondre à vos questions pour cette caméra-là. Aussi, on va parler de plugins. On va parler de plugins surtout pour Final Cut 10, mais aussi pour d'autres systèmes de montage. On va parler de plugins pour Premiere, pour Final Cut 7, pour Motion, pour After Effects, plein de trucs. Ça, c'est en deuxième partie. Juste avant la pause, on va parler de tout ce qui est partage de données, comment travailler plusieurs personnes sur le même projet, sur un même disque dur, sur plusieurs disques sur un réseau, comment on fait pour échanger, c'est quoi les manières abordables, c'est quoi les manières faciles, comment vous pouvez vous simplifier la vie, c'est quoi aussi les systèmes très complets qui vont vous permettre de vraiment passer à travers un projet sans problème et comment vous pouvez vous faciliter la vie en partageant vos données pendant que vous travaillez sur un projet avec d'autres monteurs, avec un mixeur sonore, avec votre designer. On va voir ça. Mais d'abord, on a de la grande visite. On a John Ladle qui vient de Californie. En fait, not from California, but from where?
Chicago.
Oh, no.
A little bit west area.
But from AJA, which is coming from California.
It's better than Detroit.
Yeah. On a John qui est ici, d'AJA qui font des cartes pour Final Cut, pour Premiere, pour Avid aussi, qui font des systèmes d'enregistrement. Puis on a John qui est ici pour nous parler de toutes les nouveautés qui s'en viennent. Alors, si vous avez déjà travaillé avec des KiPro, vous voulez savoir ce qui va se passer, eh bien, c'est le moment... Yves, tu me déstabilises, tu t'en vas, tu quittes la salle. C'est quelque chose qui brûle? Non, ça va? OK, tout va bien. Donc, sans plus tarder, je passe le micro à John. The stage is all yours.
Excellent. Start with a little movie here.
Really? There you go.
When I'm explaining the raw workflow for the Canon C500, feel free to jump in.
Okay.
It's a really dynamic time in our industry, and AJA is there to solve problems for our customers, such as supporting multiple nonlinear editing packages and software applications for various workflows with Kona and IO and other products, data transmission with fiber, mobility with Thunderbolt, continuing the lens-to-post workflows that we pioneered with KiPro and now supporting up to 4K rasters. It's a very exciting time. AJA sees a lot of opportunity to solve problems for our customers. The UDC is the newest member of our broad mini converter family. It's just that. It's up, down, and cross conversion in a mini converter form factor. So we take really what we do best, which is quality conversions, such as what we do in the FS2, and put it in that portable form factor. It's a very cool little converter that I think is going to find a home in a lot of different workflows.
AJA and Adobe have worked together for a very long time, and our customers know that. And I think Adobe Mercury Transmit is just the furthering of the relationship. We're making it such that Premiere Pro-based NLE running AJA hardware is going to be smoother, more reliable, more robust, and just nicer to work with than ever before.
We're very excited about T-Tab. It's a little box with Thunderbolt on one side, SDI and HDMI output on the other. It's bus powered, so you simply plug it into a Mac, install our industry standard driver that supports multiple applications, and you're outputting beautiful 10-bit video. If you want a true professional output from within the applications that people use, T-Tab is a great, flexible, small, throw it in your pocket, inexpensive way to go. We have a very unique relationship and support of Autodesk products. AJA is under the hood of Flame and Smoke. Smoke on Mac is a great, obviously Mac-based program. So if you're a Kona or IOXT owner, you now can work in not just Smoke on Mac, but any popular nonlinear editing package or graphics package with your one product. The new KiPro rack was designed based on customer feedback. The new codec supports such as DNX HD, the ability to obviously fit nicely into a rack because of its 1RU form factor. So it'll really fit into various workflows such as OB vans, trucks, video assist, places the KiPro lives today, but in a form factor our customers have been asking for. DNX HD is a great high-quality codec.
The recent announcement of the KiPro Mini DNX HD has again shown just how closely the two companies are working together and how we're so interested in solving these problems that customers are asking us to solve for them.
Support of it on the KiPro Mini, the KiPro rack, and newer KiPros will just allow our users a broader range of workflows and applications that they can use, files that they capture right at the lens. .4K is obviously a major new push in our industry. AJA has a lot of experience with 4K. We introduced 4K output on the desktop on Kona 3G a year ago, and then ingest soon after that as a free firmware upgrade. And now with the really amazing KiPro Quad of bringing 4K to the lens-to-post workflow is very exciting, and I think we're enabling a lot of really powerful 4K workflows for our customers. KiPro Quad allows users to really cover their bases because you can work in everything that the KiPros offer today, plus full 4 color space, and now even 4K, flexible monitoring options, and ways of getting your data out of the KiPro into your computer over Thunderbolt and other ways. It really allows our users to not only cover what they may need to do today, but what they may need to do tomorrow as well. The things that really matter to AJA are quality and reliability and building products that are unique and provide real value. There's a reason that we do the things the way that we do. There's a reason that we design our products the way that we do, with a level of sophistication and reliability that I don't think exists everywhere in our market. We treat our customers the way we want to be treated. We want long-term relationships with our customers and our partners. And these are the things that really matter to us.
Excellent. Thanks again for letting me back. And good to see you guys. We are raffling off an IOXT.
Yeah. Alors, si vous avez des coupons, ben, gardez-les. On fait tirer un IOXT, si vous ne le saviez pas, à la fin de la soirée. Donc, puis vous pourrez en acheter à la pause. Venez nous voir, puis on va vous en vendre plus si vous voulez plus de chances de gagner.
Excellent. So we've had a busy year, and thank you guys for your business and what you're doing here. We've got a lot moving forward, as you saw, from both NAB and IBC, and the products are all starting to pop out last week and this week. And we'll go over kind of our families here. Mainly on the editing side and the acquisition side for KiPro and for our Kona and our IOXT. We're the product that works across all the editors. IOXT, the Kona cards, working with Smoke on Mac, working with Adobe, working with Final Cut, working with Avid. And in fact, working with 3 of those, we're the only company that doesn't have to partition or reboot. So we found a lot of people at this time are having multiple editors in one station, and the way that they choose it every day is either preference or what they get paid to do. So, you know, we're finding people editing across a lot of different ways. The big news that we brought in from NAB that shipping that Monday was 4.0 firmware for the Mini and for the KiPro rack, where we're doing DNX HD, and not just chunky 220 files. We're doing 145 and 36, or their proxy megabit HD files. The KiPro rack has been shipping. It's been met with tremendous success, especially in the live event and mobile area. It's got a really good footprint. Who's bought a tape deck this year? Anyone? So you know, it does a lot of these traditional things. And again, what we're looking at is for a $4,000 price point, this is a complete appliance. Yeah, you can record to 4 flavors of ProRes or 3 flavors of DNX HD, but we also do all the conversions, and we've even added some things that people expect from a automated appliance, and that would be like Ethernet transfer that's 80 megs a second. So in 5 or 6 minutes, you can transfer an hour of ProRes 100 video, ProRes LT, which when we get automating here. So again, we're a true standalone device. You don't need a computer to configure it or to erase it or do anything silly like that. It can do all that. You can use time code, these little nuances that a lot of recorders don't include. Gang recording, allowing 1 unit to control 8 or 12 other units. The metadata, the custom naming, and the captioning even we can record. So it's pretty simple. And in fact, pulling drives out, it's as simple as hitting stop, slot, record, and you're recording on the other drive, and you can flip one to your editor, or to yourself if you're the editor, which probably in a room of them. We also have, like our cards and like our frame syncs, everything is live and hot. So while we have the input, we have HDMI, 2 3G HD SDIs, a component that can also be software configured to be composite in and or out, or CVBS in and or out. So you could lock that in, as well as discrete AES, 8-channel, or hot phantom-powered XLRs, because a lot of today's cameras don't really have the professional audio input. So this allows some great flexibility there. But again, moving things over Ethernet, not only to bring to an editor or to a SAN or a NAS, but sending it back out at a live show to put it back out for air. In fact, there's so many TV stations and networks that are utilizing this just for simple programming, where they'll put in a whole evening's programming and just let it play. So here's the custom clip naming and playlist. So we can playlist, we can loop it, we could say take clips 1, 2, and 4 and loop it on a sidewall in a live show, or just let it end, depending on what your timing or needs are. So there's a paralyzing amount of ways to start and stop record via time code, via trigger with broadcast pick switchers. There's third-party companies that allow you to use this live with a raw switcher emulating a raw server with AMP and VDCP protocols. So there's, like I said, a lot of ways to use this. And now it's getting a lot more serious when you have a bank of $4,000 media capture, record, playout devices that you could harness under a live switcher in production. And when you walk away, you've got beautiful ISO record per camera results that are all time-coded. That's what we're seeing where we're hitting the live concerts, where we're hitting corporate shows, and where we're hitting the mobile TV production, as well as the terrestrial TV stations. So you can transfer, you could, you know, we call sneaker net, walk around with the actual footage, or transfer over Firewire. But we have professional 6-axis, shock-proof recording, warranted, advanced replace warranted drives, both hard disk and solid state. And we have just come out with a new slew of them, USB 3, because Apple's kind of made that move and the PC world is kind of catching on. So we have that, and we're in fact, later, hopefully this week or next week, we'll be introducing the 750, which is $495 US. So that's like what, 450 here? But again, you can get 14 hours of ProRes LT or 6.5 hours of ProRes HQ and load 2 of these into with a deck, and you may never pull them out again because you can Ethernet transfer this. So we've also come up with a dock. So if you happen to have a new USB 3 only and you don't want to deal with Firewire, you can attach this and connect via Thunderbolt or USB 3 for unprecedented speeds. Again, it's very reasonably priced. It works on the Thunderbolt chain. So there's our slew of professional options. We don't just say, oh yeah, here's some hard drives that might work, go to the web. we try and take care of your whole experience, because if you lose a record, that's something that we don't find acceptable. And it's something that you can't find a sympathetic ear on an internet page. So we try and make sure that we take care of you here. Again, the solid states, the USB 3s, the Firewires, and our docks. So we try and make a queer tape alternative. We've harnessed a lot of success. If we're able to help you guys, your employers, your contractors, let us know. Dominic's always happy to help. And even the advancement continues. We just introduced this at NAB with the 4.0 software set. And we've already added time-lapse recording where you can start watching a stadium fill, or we actually have people using this in TV stations for news, watching weather come in at their various stations. And even start-stop metadata for the Arri Alexa and various Sony cameras. And then a super out where you can do a time code burn over HDMI component or CVBS. So we've tried to do a lot of advancement. 4K. You guys hear of any 4K lately? Mm-hmm. A little bit? It seems, you know, we try and follow the hot, shiny new cameras. You know, I mean, the HVX200 was once upon a time really hot. You know, the EX1, the EX3, the red camera, all these were really hot. And right now, the one that's really hot is this Canon C500, which is just starting to ship. And it kind of combines the best of a lot of worlds, where you've got this still camera everybody wanted to deal with, and now you've got something that shoots beautiful 4K, and it just needs a recorder. So I'm going to just play a quick video, then we'll roll through this for you.
You better go to the other side.
Okay.
The latest member of the KiPro family is the KiPro Quad, and it's significant in several ways. Of course, it has 4K recording, which is really a breakthrough. It's the first KiPro to offer 444-based recording. It also has Thunderbolt built right in, so you can transfer files directly from the unit to a Mac. But yet, it keeps the same simplicity of design and even the same form factor as the very successful KiPro Mini, allowing it to share accessories and keeping the same design and elegance and even interface and button layout. Very, very powerful, but something people are going to feel very comfortable with.
With the partnership with AJA, we found that they are planning a new generation of KiPro.
And this is not the first time that Canon and AJA have worked together. We actually, with our latest firmware for the KiPro and the KiPro Mini, offer metadata support for the C300 Canon camera and the XF series Canon cameras. So we have a good history of working together on a technical level.
Canon had a plan to introduce 4K camera.
We needed to make a camera as small as possible. And we have already have concern to how do we make raw image outside the camera. The raw file with uncompressed data is kind of king.
But we knew the current 4K workflows are complicated and inefficient. We wanted to improve this dramatically.
We have to find partners to record the signal because the signal is kind of unique format and output the 4K image in real time.
Therefore, the three leading companies are bringing 4K fast and efficient workflows to a larger group of users.
KiPro Quad allows users to really cover their bases because you can work in everything that the KiPros offer today, plus 444 color space, and now even 4K, flexible monitoring options, and ways of getting your data out of the KiPro into your computer over Thunderbolt and other ways. It really allows our users to not only cover what they may need to do today, but what they may need to do tomorrow as well.
The new EOS C500 is a high-end version of the C300. We have enhanced its video output functions to accommodate 4K and 2K output. Also, we have enhanced its frame rate up to 60p and 120p. And at the same time, we have enhanced its grayscale capabilities to more than 10-bit. We use the same sensor as C300, and we made it even smaller in volume and enhanced its mobility so that you can use it for any shooting style.
So the KiPro Quad enables some really powerful workflows of being able to take the raw files directly off the camera and move them over Thunderbolt to a Thunderbolt-enabled Mac to be used at full resolution in whatever your post-production process is.
The EOS C500 and the KiPro Quad system can create 4K or 2K ProRes instantly.
So we're taking the 4K raw files off the camera and actually doing a hardware debayer inside the KiPro Quad and recording them as full resolution 4K ProRes files that are QuickTime on Mac-friendly media. Pop them out and you're ready to edit or move those raw files over Thunderbolt. We can also drive Canon's new 4K display directly from the camera.
The best advantage of the system is to bring this leading-edge 4K total solution to the shooting location. This will provide a huge benefit for our customers as they can verify what they shoot at the true 4K resolution.
By using on-set ProRes compression with real-time monitoring, the KiPro Quad will be a hub of 4K processor with C500.
Canon customers are going to find several benefits by marrying up this amazing new camera in the KiPro Quad of being able to move files at high speed over Thunderbolt, being able to record to edit-friendly ProRes files, being able to just work faster and bring that lens-to-post pipeline to the workflows that they use now.
The simplest solution for onset and workflow.
Canon is a camera and lens manufacturer. We need partner support when providing solutions. Our video camera system strategy is an open strategy. Therefore, we would like to work with innovative companies like AJA because we share the same vision to provide solutions to the imaging industry. Also, we can work at the same speed. Therefore, this is a real win-win partnership, and we would like to continue and expand this relationship.
We're very happy to find the solution.
So that was a little bit about this partnership. As you may or may not know, the C500 doesn't record anything, so it's not an alternative. But kind of the visionary thing about that is rather than have the codec that you edit be dictated by a bit rate that's arbitrary, like, hey, this is what we could fit on a DV tape. Now we're working with something that would be RAW or ProRes 4444. So what we're able to do is record these massive, massive files and massive, massive frame rates. As you heard, 120 frames a second. And that's not interlaced. These are true progressives. In fact, other companies that are already trying to do 444 that have recorders on the market that cost over twice as much as ours, almost 3 times as much, they require 2 recorders to capture that. So it's not inconsequential when you look at one $4,000 device doing what $22,000 of hardware is required to do. Plus we're doing the debayering. And again, I think the diagrams are the easiest here. It fits right on there. It's a little bit wider than our original KiPro Mini, but we did add in a few things like it's much more substantial recording, obviously, being able to record 300 megs a second in a ProRes. Additionally, it's a hardware debayer in there, which is extremely, extremely worthwhile. Confidence monitor, again, headphone jacks. On the back, you'll see our phantom powered mics with various power in. 4 HD SDIs in and out. Now these are 3G. Normally when you connect, you only need 2 of them. But legacy hardware such as Christie projectors or Sony monitors have 4 BNCs in, if you've ever worked with that in 4K. And then you'll see the HD SDI and the HDMI outputs. And so we could be monitoring out 4K plus down converts, crop down converts.
And this
simultaneously.
is HD down converts.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. And if you wanted to get even fancier, for people that are avid, we could have that HD SDI that's timecode corrected, down convert into HD, and send it into DNX HD in a KiPro Mini. And so for $2,000 more, somebody who's editing avid could be completely native to this, and then they could recombine their rough cut in After Effects and finish right there for a simple, happy story. And again, the Final Cut and Premiere users can post up 4K. But here's the real-time ingest. So we're capturing and we're passing the RAW via Thunderbolt. And then you use, obviously, the Canon DPX software. But kind of the magic happens here where we're actually capturing 4K ProRes that's usable over a reader. Now this reader is either going to be Express 34 or Thunderbolt. It'll be the same on the back. You just choose when you connect. That way you can go to a desktop, you can go to something there. It's extremely compatible again. And here's the simultaneous on-set monitoring. So you could be having an HD thing and with a $600 LG be monitoring what you're shooting 4K. So it's extremely modular workflow. Again, for $4 grand, I think we're pulling our weight here. And if you try the other stuff, you'll see that we are. But again, just popping that right out and being able to edit that natively right away on your laptop in Final Cut is a big story. But it's not just for 4K workflows. We do work extra special with the Canon out of the box, where we do the RAW. But if you take away the RAW aspect of the workflow and you just pipe in the 444 via signal, we go with the ProRes and we can still do all the down converts. So Sony F3s, for example, and other 444 cameras we're working natively with. So we add a lot of value. You'll see loading up the shopping cart, it's hard to make this thing go over $5,500, even with mounts and drives. So it's fairly modular, and again, you'll be able to switch between shoots, just stop, slot, record, pull the other drive out, and you're live and hot recording seconds later. So the plate's like 95 bucks. The SSD driver is pretty reasonable. The rod adapter is the same rod adapter we've used for the original KiPros. So this is something to build on with 4K. Being able to do 16-bit RGBA float, stereoscopic options, 60 frames a second, 2K, 4K, HD and SD simultaneous output. This is the Corvid Ultra. It's something that we just introduced in Europe at IBC. It's coming out right now. It actually has a 3D lookup table built in, which is unprecedented right now. You can't really get that in hardware. You get people that kind of don't do it fully, for not near this price point. And you're able to take 2 4K streams through this. So you have 16-channel AES EBU for the ultimate in monitoring. I mean, mastering audio. Get the play out. It's tethered to a computer with a 2,500 megabyte a second connection to a true PCIe 2.0 port. But this is where all the magic starts happening. So you have basically what the I/O was for for SD video. This is for 4K, and it's basically the same form factor as the I/O, a 2U high box that's just about as deep. But we have these optional breakout cards that fit in there, and these are a true scale option. So what you're able to do is keyframe and position boxes within a 4K frame and pipe out HD to a live switcher or recorder, for example. So here's how it is an example in soccer. So you're able to maybe do a center cut or whatever you want to do, the full area, feed a switcher with that, and then on a rollback, you're able to come in and zoom in on a penalty, zoom in on different areas. So it's completely insane on that aspect, and the thing that it really has going for it is it's not asking a cable company to carry a stereoscopic 4K bandwidth. It's a here and now. It's feeding an HD switcher going into a broadcast truck. And so it's ready to post out right now. In fact, you could just post your 4K and roll it out with an arbitrary crop to a KiPro and master right there. So we've offered that, again, fully decked out, 13 grand. Without the scaling option, you can work with this on your desktop, doing HD down converts from 4K and 2K, and 2K down converts from 4K for $7,900. So one of the things from that true scale, you'll see that we've had our frame syncs, and these are everything in one box. I just want to take a second because this is our technology that we're sharing. So the IOXT, the KiPro rack, and the FS2 and the little UDC mini converter can all pull and insert frames between interlaced and progressive and keep pal. But we've also added an area of interest scaler. So what we're able to do is pull up a web page, say on a PC or a Mac, via DVI to a passive HDMI pin, choose left, right, top, bottom, and then assign a SMPTE frame size and frame rate and make it a SMPTE EBU legal signal. So a true 1080p that we can not only record in a KiPro or in a desktop, but you can run through a video legal switcher live into broadcast. And this is live. We actually have this at some huge stations right now going live as they do their Facebook or whatever where they pull in on it. Left, right, top, bottom, you start pulling on the GUI and it's there. So we also have some universities that are buying $250,000 of these because they're just doing these as speaker carts. So they're able to take a relatively inexpensive camera plus the professor's PowerPoint, make it a live video signal that they can superimpose over the corner there with an FS2, and they can record that to a KiPro rack or record that to the appliance that they have and move it over their Ethernet. So it's very inexpensive. You know, something like that is just $7,000. And the neat thing about it is it becomes a video asset that's easily editable. It's not some kind of mutant AV codec that you could never edit and you beat and cobble. So that's kind of how it looks on the signal diagram of the two different channels that we're able to mux. But you can put in lower tickers. And in fact, Accenture, which is the old Arthur Andersen Consulting, is doing this. They have 66 of these now doing their global conferencing. So rather than pixel swizzle every conference and run it through and try and figure out how to do that, they just put a bounding box around there, and they actually have worked with this integrator, AVI Systems in Chicago, to put this together for global conferencing and automating it. But there they have 8 DVE raw switchers that looks like a broadcast station, except it's happening in a browser. But again, they look at this as more of media assets and full-on production. They don't look at it like a bunch of people going, is it on? So, our Kumo router, a 32 by 32 router for $34.50 with control panel that can control 2 to 4 actual routers with shift buttons. So we've kind of filled out our things. So we're doing kind of conversion, processing, recording, 4K. So we've had a busy year. We hope you guys can find ways to keep this busy in your own world. But again, we really appreciate your time. We appreciate your gracious hosting. And we are going to have Dominic talk about what Dominic's going to do here. So thank you very much.
Thanks, John.
Je m'en viens là.
Tu quelque chose à nous dire, Dominique, là-dessus?
À propos de?
Tu nous parlais d'AGA et tout ça?
Bien, évidemment.
Ou pendant que tu mets ton micro, je pense à des questions?
Oui.
Ouais. Est-ce qu'on a des questions sur les appareils qu'on a vus? En fait, sur le KiPro Quad, qui est peut-être un appareil qui fait plein de trucs. Oui? C'est dans le KiPro Quad.
C'est un format propriétaire.
C'est un format propriétaire, oui. Ouais. Pour pouvoir garantir vraiment le débit qu'ils ont besoin pour entrer ça. Oui?
Dans le KiPro Quad, quand on est RAW,
ouais.
Ils mettent un Pegasus, est-ce qu'on a absolument besoin du Mac ou de la...
Oui. En fait, le KiPro Quad va débayer à l'interne, va débayer le RAW et va faire du 4K, 444 ProRes sur les disques. Si on veut enregistrer le RAW, en fait, ça devient une interface pour brancher sur notre Mac pour enregistrer le RAW sur le RAID. En fait, une des raisons, c'est que c'est très volumineux du RAW et ça prend un RAID pour l'enregistrer. Et donc, c'est pour ça qu'ils font ça. Et comme il n'y a pas d'interface sur la caméra directement pour sortir le RAW pour le brancher dans un ordinateur, c'est ça qui devient l'interface entre les deux. Et pour lire ce RAW-là, il nous faut un logiciel de Canon qui va nous permettre de l'ouvrir un peu comme Red Cine fait pour le RAW de Red. Oh, il y a un caucus. Bon. Ça, sinon, en fait, ça, on fait tirer le IO XT. On n'a pas parlé beaucoup.